Well, hello, good morning. It's just gone 7 AM on Wednesday, the 19th of July. And I'm on the two tunnels cycleway, a couple of hundred yards from where I live, and I'm just setting out on a 200-kilometre DIY Audax. And today's route has got a bit of a theme. I'm going into Wiltshire and I'm going to ride round a route which passes all 8 of the Wiltshire white horses. And there's a little bit of an extra bonus. The GPS track, when plotted on a map, vaguely looks like the shape of a horse, open to interpretation, probably more like a reindeer, to be honest, pulling a sleigh. So it's now 8:30 and I've just passed through Westbury. I'm actually in the Westbury White Horse viewing area just outside Westbury. And the first white horse is right behind me. This one is right on the edge of sort of Salisbury Plain, and just over the other side of that ridge is the Salisbury Plain training area, where there's the ghost town of Imbra, the lost village of Imbra, which is only accessible to the public several times a year. If I appear to be reading off notes, it's because I am. So just a little bit about the white horses. There's at least 24 white horses carved into chalk downs in the UK, 13 originally from Wiltshire alone, so it really is the county of white horses. And of that 13, only 8 are still visible, so that's the 8 I'm going to be visiting today. And the other 5 are just either lost completely or they're buried. Just a little bit about the source where I got the information when I was designing this route and thinking about it. It's wiltshirewhitehorses.org.uk. I'll list it on the end credits, but it's a great little website. It's got pictures and lots of information about not just the Wiltshire white horses, but the ones also in this country, and a little bit of information about ones abroad as well. Like all good websites, I just feel it's not just informative, it inspires as well. Now I'm now at the top of Roundway Hill. I've just skirted round the edge of the Devizes, and here's the second white horse behind me. This isn't the best view of it, that will probably come after breakfast, but I got a great shot here back in the spring. There's a field of rape and a live white horse in the field, and I got them all in the same shot, so I was quite pleased with that. This one is unusual. It's the only horse of the 8 I'm visiting today that actually goes from left to right. All the others go from right to left. Well, it's now 10:45, and just a few miles along from Devizes' new horse is Alton Barnes' white horse, the 3rd of the morning. About 37.5 miles into the road. This is another one which is quite big on scale actually. You can see this quite a long way away actually if you're coming in from the south. In fact, I was doing an Audax recently, one of my own, where I could see this one and the next one at Pusey in the same shot. I tried to sort of capture it on a photograph, but it didn't really come out that well, but it is possible to see them both. Really like this one actually, and sometimes, I think around about the solstice or sometimes to celebrate other occasions, they put lanterns around the outline at night. Here's a picture. And I've never actually seen that, I'd really like to. So a couple of miles further along, I've just passed through Pusey. I'm going along this road and I'm about to head up there. So as you've got this hill, you don't get fantastic views of the horse. This is probably the best views you get. And you see there's a white vine going up the hill now. Trees are at the summit. I'll go along there a few miles, then I'll be heading that way over towards Marlborough. So I've just crested the summit of Pusey Hill. About a mile after that, I've turned off the road onto this byway. I'm going to be going along here for about a mile or so. It's quite reassuring to know though no lorries or tanks are going to be passing me. So after the byway over the downs, I dropped down into the lovely Savernake forest, and then there's a few miles as you head towards Marlborough, and you come over a slight ridge, and then as you're dropping down on the main road into Marlborough, you turn off left down a minor road to this village. and this is where the smallest of the white horses is. It's actually in the grounds of Marlborough College sports area, and got a really nice memory of this. 3 years ago when I first rode this route, I was researching it. The other 7 horses, I either knew where they were or I was pretty confident I could find them, but this one I was unsure because I knew it was quite tucked away, and as I came down into the village I just wasn't sure if I'd missed it or not, and I had some notes and I was busy sort of reading them, and a couple of villagers came up to me and asked if I was lost, and I actually just told them that I'm looking for the white horse, and they sort of said, which one? There's several, and I said, oh, the Marlborough white horse. And I just remember they're sort of almost that joy with it. Oh, you want our white horse? And they seemed really chuffed that I was actually come to find this one. And I actually told them what I was doing, and they seemed really interested in it actually. So here it is. You're going through the village, up a nose-through road towards a car park. Just before you get into the car park, you take a little track off to the right, and then you head round by these tennis courts. You guys have played tennis already. And there it is, just up there, set into the hillside. So it's actually quite hard to believe, but within about half a mile you're in the centre of busy Marlborough, which is where I'm now having my lunch at 1:30. So I'm just under halfway round distance wise, but 5/8 of the way round horse wise, so I've got 3 left to visit this afternoon. So it's now about 2:15 and I'm round about the halfway distance. I'm at the top of Hackpen Hill. So after Marlborough there's quite a long drag up over the downs. You pass Barbary Castle Estate and Marlborough Racecourse, and now I'm sort of just where the Ridgeway long distance footpath crosses the road here. And I'm just about to take this massive plunge down there. So I'm just on the sharp hairpin bend on the way down to view Hackpen White Horse, but I've just spotted my second crop circle of the day. So I've just dropped down off that huge ridgeway down through the S-bend, and you'll see right behind me Hackpen White Horse. Just in that field over there is where that crop circle was. There's even a crop circle car park, so it's pretty obviously deliberately done. So I'm now looking across at Broadtown White Horse, horse number 7. So basically what I did is I dropped off Hackpen Ridge, cut across the main Swindon Marlborough Road, and then dropped down over that ridge. And then I got to Broadtown Village, and just as you come into Broadtown you take a left hand turn. This is Rye Lane along here, and then as you get opposite Whiteway's house there's just this gap in the hedgerow. This is probably one of the best views you get of it actually. It's very easy to miss this one. I actually really like this one actually. I think I like it because the first time I came around this route I had to keep stopping and checking it again that I hadn't missed it actually, so it felt like I discovered this one. Going to be carrying on here, looping back round and basically climbing back up onto the ridge that I've just dropped down actually, and then I'll be turning right on that main road that I'd crossed earlier on, heading down to Avebury. So it's now 4:10 in the afternoon. Right behind me is the last of the 8 horses, Chair Hill Horse, and the reason I ride this route in an anti-clockwise direction is because this is my favourite of the horses, so I sort of keep this one for last. Well, it's 5:30 now, sat in the beer garden at the 3 magpies that are seen. I haven't even done 100 miles yet to be honest. I entered this as a DIY Old X 200 kilometres, so I got 14 hours, so got till 9:15 tonight. To be honest, I've had such a good time I don't even really care that much if I run out of time. Just phoned Linda up to sort of say I'm running a bit late because I've just been taking lots of pictures and films. So it's been a fantastic day. It's really what I'm into at the moment, just exploring from my own front door, roam from home, just exploring local places in more detail actually. So with that I think I'll sign off. Cheers.